Hi guys and welcome to my channel. Today I am doing a celebrity inspired look and I am actually doing another Kim Kardashian look only because I really want to try out her new looks that she's been rocking lately. She has really changed the way she does her makeup recently, and so I am going to be doing a more glam, fresh-eyed look. So to start off with, I've already applied my foundation and I am doing a foundation review on the Smashbox Studio 15 Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation. So if you want to check that out, it will be linked down in the description bar. So for today's look, we're not going to be using too many eyeshadows. It's going to be very much focused on the lashes. I am going to be working with individual lashes, and so I will share some tips with you guys on how I make these work. To start off this look, I am going to be using a concealer, and this is my Collections concealer in Cool Medium 2. I'm also going to mix a little bit of my Prolongwear Concealer in NC20 just because this is a little bit more lighter than my Collections one. So to blend all this out, I'm going to be using my tapered kabuki brush, and I'm just going to push this concealer into my skin very gently under the under eye area, as you don't want to sweep or tug. Mainly because the under eye area is so fragile, so you don't want to be tugging at your under eye because that is what can cause wrinkles and all that. You also don't want to be swiping, you want to be tapping, as when you swipe with a cream product it kind of just moves it around, and for concealer you're wanting to build up that coverage. So you don't want to be swiping because otherwise you're losing the coverage that you're wanting from the concealer. So you just really want to tap and stipple it into the skin. Now I'm going to set all these highlighted areas, and to set those I'm going to be using my Australis contour palette, and I'm going to be dipping into this yellow shade here and then a little bit of the pinkier white shade. I'm mixing these shades together to create a custom under eye highlight. So I'm then going to take that matte colour and run that down the centre of my nose, and then brush a little bit on the forehead, on the tip of the mouth, and then just on the chin, just to help set those areas. Now I'm going to go in and set the rest of my face, and for that I'm going to use my Australis Fresh and Flawless powder. So I'm not applying much of this, again just like we did for the eyes. I'm setting down my liquid products on my face, so when I apply a bronzer it doesn't stick. Now I'm going to go on and fill in my eyebrows off camera just because it is a lengthy process and I don't want this video to be too long, and plus I feel filling in my eyebrows is the most uneventful part of the tutorial. So to bronze up my skin I'm going to be using a mix of two products. I'm going to be using my Hourglass Ambient lining powder and my Nars Laguna bronzer. I'm going to go into my Hourglass palette and use the colour Radiant Light, and this just gives a nice glowy effect. It's this powder just here. But first I'm going to go in with my Nars Laguna bronzer. This is a cult favourite bronzer here on YouTube. So Kim is quite bronzed in this picture that I'm using, so that's why I'm wanting to use two different bronzers to give us a more two-toned effect with bronzing rather than just a flat bronze look. So for bronzing I'm really making sure to push that bronze into my hairline as well, just so that we don't have any demarcation from our hairline into our face. And I'm just bronzing in a 3 shape, so I'm hitting the tops of my forehead, my cheeks, and then my jawline. So making sure you bring that bronzer down your neck as well so you don't have a mask. Now I'm going to go in with my Radiant Light from my Hourglass palette and pick up some of this. This just gives you a really nice glowy bronze colour, but it doesn't look shimmery or glittery, so it doesn't actually look like you're using a glittery bronzer. It just gives you a nice glowy sheen. and it just gives a more warmed bronze look. Now I'm going to go on and contour. And to contour, I'm going back into my Australis palette, and I'm picking up this lighter shade here. And I'm going underneath my cheekbones and starting at the hairline and then working my way forward. And then turning the brush on its end and just really blending that up, not down. And then whatever's left on my brush, I'm bringing it up to my temple. Now for blush, she looks like she's just wearing a deeper style pink. So I'm going to be mixing these two blush shades together. This is my Tarte Amazonian Clay blush palette. Now to highlight, I'm going to be using my Becca highlighter in Opal. I'm also going to put the tiniest dot of this on the tip of my nose, and then just on the ridge of my nose, just here. I'm also going to run some on my Cupid's Bow, and then a little bit on the chin. I'm also going to put some above the eyebrow. This is just whatever's left on the brush. Okay, so for the eyes, I'm going to be using my Lorac Mega Pro. I know I've been using this quite a bit in my tutorials. It's just so universal, and it's just really helping out with all my looks. So for Kim's look, she has not got a lot of eyeshadow from what I can see, but there is a little bit of warmness through her crease. So to start off with, on a big fluffy brush, this is my Zoeva crease brush. It's the number 228. I'm going to be picking up the colour Fawn and the colour Camel, which is these two colours together. And I'm just picking up a dab of each, and I'm going to be using that in my crease. I'm picking more of Camel up just to warm it up a bit more. So just to deepen up the crease and focus a little bit more in my crease, I'm going to be picking up some of the Sepia colour, which is this colour here, and I'm putting that on a Luxe Soft Definer brush. And I don't know exactly what is in Kim's crease as in colours, but from the picture I can see it's just very warm. So once I have that colour placed where I want it, I'm going to dust off the brush so there's no extra product and it's somewhat clean. And then I'm going to go in and I'm just going to start blending that colour into the crease. Now I'm going to go in and highlight my crease, and for that I'm going to be using the colour Cream, and then I'm going to tap on a little bit of the colour White. Now going back in with my big blending brush, I'm going to diffuse the edges of that brown into the highlight shade. My inner corner highlight, she's using a very champagne-y colour, so I'm going to go in with the colour Sand, which is this one here. Now she's not actually wearing any shadow from what it looks like on her lower lash line, so I'm going to leave that bare. I'm going to go in with a small angle brush here, and I'm going to pick up a colour Black from my Lorac colour, and it is just a basic black, and I'm going to push this into the roots of my lashes just to give me more volume. Now I'm just going to go in with a flat shader and pick up some of that cream colour, because I did get a little bit carried away with the black on this eye. I'm also actually going to place this all over the lid. Alright, so now we're going to get on to the lashes. So for today I'm going to be using these individual lashes here. These are just Flare Medium Blacks. And I'm going to be placing these from the outside of my eye into the middle of my eye, and then we're gonna see what happens. So what I've done is I've put a blob of my glue on a clean surface. Then I'm holding my lash like that in the way that I want it to be applied. I dip the little wee ball into my lash adhesive, and then I let it dry because you want it to be tacky. You don't want to apply it when it's wet, because otherwise it will just slip around and it won't stick properly. You really want to make sure you have it in there nice and good, and you have it in the direction that you want it to be going. Once I get started, I can do this quite quickly. If you have one that keeps, like this one keeps dropping, so as it's drying I just like to hold them up. So slowly but surely you will start getting there. So what I'm going to do is, that is the eye that we've got going already. The glue is still drying. So I'm going to go and finish off the other eye off camera, and then I will be back. So now my eyelashes are just drying, so they will look a little bit weird. You can see the little wee dots of the glue. So now I'm going to go on to my lower lashes, and I am going to pack the mascara onto them lashes. Since we don't actually have anything like shadow wise down there, I'm really wanting to make them very voluminous, because they are going to help define the eye. Now I'm going to put some mascara on my top lashes. This is just going to help darken those individual lashes we put on, and it's also going to blend our own lashes into them. So be careful with them though, because they can unstick. Now as you can see, there's like little white dots. For that I'm going to go in with a black shadow, and I'm just going to run that along our lash line just to darken and hide that glue. Now I'm just going to go in and line my lips with a red lip liner. Now I'm going to go in with my YSL lipstick in number 1, and this is just a true red. So here is our finished look. Now because I am doing a foundation review, I'm not going to spray my face down because I want to see how long this lasts. But this is our finished Kim K inspired look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this tutorial. It was really nice to do something a little bit more fresh and classy here on my channel, and I am obsessed with red lips, so I'll take any chance I can when filming a red lip. I will zoom you in on the eyes so that you can see how they look. So the eyes are just very focused on a lot of wispy lashes and then the dark shadow lash. My camera is about to go flat, so I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Thanks once again for tuning in. Make sure you check down the description for all my links and products used. Thanks guys, bye!